But my friends, now that you're here, God says now I can do something with you. All I want to be is a last lunch in the hands of Jesus. Do I have a witness here? That's all I want to be, is a last lunch in the hands of Jesus. You put that same thing in my hands, and it's nothing but a fish sandwich. But when they put it in Jesus' hands, the Bible says that he blessed it. Do I have a witness here? He prayed for it. And in John chapter 17, we see where Jesus prayed for us. Do I have a witness here? Says, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that your Son may glorify you. And he prayed not for the world, but the Bible says he prayed for those that you gave me. And God, all right. And that includes you, and you. And it includes me and all these preachers. We are where we are because Jesus prayed for me and you. He blessed it. And God, all right. But he didn't stop there. The Bible says he broke it. And God, all right. Seemed like we would be through suffering now that we're in Jesus' hands. Do I have a witness here? Seemed like I would never have any more uncomfortable days now that I'm in Jesus' hands. But it's when you're in Jesus' hands, when he wants to spread you out and bless you real good. He can't leave you whole, but he has to break. And God, all right, every now and then you'll see Dr. Jones crying. Don't worry about it. Sometime Jesus has to break it. And God, all right, you might see him walking a little slow. Don't worry about him. Every now and then, Jesus has to break him. You know, I'm a country boy, and you can have yourself the best horse in the world. Brother Reed know what I'm talking about. But a good horse is no good until you break it. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I want a preacher that's been broken. I want a preacher that's humble. I want a preacher that feels what a common man feels. Know what pinto beans are. I want a broken preacher that knows what cornbread is, that knows what a mustard sandwich is, syrup sandwich. And God, all right, ramen noodles. I want a broken preacher that's got time to talk to his members. I want a broken preacher that doesn't have his nose. Stuck in the air. Ain't God, all right, give me a fish and bread preacher. Ain't God, all right, not only did he bless him, not only did he break him, but the Bible says that he passed him out. Ain't God, all right, notice that the fish and bread didn't run out. Notice that the fish and bread didn't give out resumes. Notice that the fish and bread didn't chase down opportunities. the fish and bread stayed in Jesus' hand and let Jesus send him out. Ain't God all right? And when he was sent out, he did what he was unable to do before Jesus got a hold of him. Ain't God all right? He fed, ain't God all right, 15,000 hungry souls. Yes, Lord. But you know, the fish and bread only physically lived for that one day. But look at the fish and bread. 2,000 years later, we still talking about him. One of these old days, we got to get out of here, Reverend. But I want it to be said, oh, thank God for that preacher. 2,000 years ago, we had a preacher that told a good story about he was born in Bethlehem. He was raised in Nazareth. He was baptized in the Jordan. Prayed, oh yeah, prayed in Gethsemane. But I'm so glad, oh, I said I'm so glad that he didn't stay there. One Friday on a hill called Calvary, they put him on an old rugged cross. Ain't God all right? March him up Calvary's hill. Stayed there on Friday night. Stayed there on Saturday. Stayed there on Saturday night. But help me shout early. Before the cock crowed, before the coffee brewed, before the dog barked and the cat meowed, early Sunday morning, he rose. Oh, he rose. He rose. I'm leaving here. I'm leaving here. But give me a simple preacher. Give me a lad's lunch preacher. He might not have education, might not be able to sing, might not dress well, but if he tells the simple message, he's God's greatest preacher. Shake your neighbor's hand. Say, I'm glad that I have a simple preacher. Oh, I'm glad that I have God's greatest preacher. If you know you got a good preacher, why don't you lift your hands, shout to the Lord, tell him thank you, thank you. Oh,